This is Gene Sherrard. Welcome to Seattle Now and Then 360. This week's installment, connecting thirsty Seattleites with the lifeblood of water. Begin with the taste test. Fill a glass with water straight from the tap. Take a sip. Before swallowing, swish it between your teeth and over your tongue. If you're in or around Seattle, the water you're savoring likely flows directly from the Cascades, filtered from snowpack down through mountain streams and rivers that have supplied the city and environs for more than a century. This week's photos reveal obscure vestiges of the infrastructure that has made it all possible. Arguably, our earliest water supply system began with Henry Yesler, who in 1854 ran a suspended V-flume from a spring near 8th Avenue and Madison Street, just past his original homestead, near the heart of today's Pioneer Square, to his waterfront sawmill. Other settlers followed suit, tapping the abundant streams and springs of First Hill, then still crowded with virgin timber, improvising a creaky patchwork of wooden pipes and flumes. As the young city grew, need for a less balkanized water supply became apparent. The privately owned Spring Hill Water Company, incorporated in 1881, initially fit the bill, integrating sources and expanding to meet the needs of a thirsty population. In a substantial upgrade, the company studded First Hill with large wooden tanks, and a newly built steam-powered pumping station on Lake Washington kept a 4-million-gallon reservoir on Beacon Hill brim full. But on June 6, 1889, nearly 30 blocks of downtown Seattle burned to the ground, largely due to the failure of the Spring Hill water supply system. Tanks and reservoirs alike ran dry before the fire could be doused. Out of those flames, a public utility was born. Within months of the fire, the city of Seattle purchased Spring Hill Water Company and planned for expansion. All eyes turned to the Cedar River, long recognized as a potential source of abundant, pure water, flowing from Cedar, now Chester Morse Lake, some 35 miles southeast. The proposed gravity-fed water supply system would be one of the largest engineering projects yet undertaken by the rapidly rebuilding city. Politics and economics might have shelved the project were it not for the vision and leadership of a newly appointed city engineer, Reginald H. Thompson, known for his formidable drive and intelligence. Throughout the 1890s, Thompson lobbied tirelessly for Cedar River water, identifying the liquid as the lifeblood of a city. At last, on January 10, 1900, from the Landsberg Timber Crib Dam, elevation 536.4 feet, water coursed through 28 miles of wooden stave pipes around the south end of Lake Washington and north to 2 city reservoirs on Capitol Hill. The expansion was just in the nick of time. Over the next decade, Seattle's population would explode to nearly 240,000 from 80,000, tripling its thirst for pure mountain water. In our then photo, between Maple Valley and Renton, the Seattle Water Department's Lake Young supply lines number 4 and number 5 gleam on May 27, 1930. The parallel wooden stave pipes carrying Cedar River water reach their intersection with steel-riveted bypasses and connectors. A system control works had just been built next to the 500-acre lake to screen debris and chlorinate water before delivery. The lake is directly behind the photographer, who points his camera east towards Robertson's Pond, which for a time was connected to the lake. Since drained, it has been returned to its original wetland status. In our now photo, the last of the 78-inch wooden stave pipes were replaced with rerouted steel pipes in the early 1990s, says Dave Muto, manager of Water Systems Operations, standing atop an obsolete connector. I don't know why they never removed that last little stub, he says. The Cedar River continues to supply most Seattle water, traveling as far north as the Maple Leaf Reservoir. For more photos of the Lake Young's facilities, visit pauldorpat.com.